the pistol round. Final thoughts, Tweg?
Oh, it's going to be a tight one. I reckon it's going to go right down to the wire, and anything is possible on map 3.
Indeed it is. So sit back, relax, and get ready for action. FURIA fighting for the playoffs as Liquid fight to keep them away from the top 12 position. It's pistols that Glocks out into the early start for FURIA on the T side half, and Stewie and Mirage want to press the issue right down in towards underpasses where the majority of FURIA players are at. They're caught with their backs turned. Caserado can get that first frag. Mirage struggling to get the 2 frags back, and Yuri and Vinny can chime in. All of a sudden, Fallen is the last man standing, 1v4.
Yeah, it was just going to come down to who's going to make the mistake first in underpass, and it seemed as if Team Liquid just got caught flat-footed trying to retreat for Stewie, and everything falling apart. Vinny getting a couple of kills with that P250, and Fallen, there's a wrap in from that left-hand side. Does start clearing the angle, but Art on the other side is going to win out the duel. FURIA putting another pistol round up for them, and Liquid, well, they had an idea of what they wanted to try and achieve out from underpass. Didn't quite find that level of success.
An all-important start for the FURIA camp. They've got themselves control. They've got themselves the start. And now they've got themselves the advantage here. Liquid on the force buy, as you would expect. And, well, their force buy conversions have been great so far in this series, so I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to take the second round again. FURIA have got to take things a little bit more delicately than what they would usually do.
Again, anytime FURIA have won a pistol round on T-side, they always buy down super heavy with the rifles. 1 Mach 10 is all that we're going to see from Caserado. And even in terms of the head Kevlar, it's being provided for pretty much everyone, Liquid. Fallen not going to have any at all because he's invested into the scout. And Molly going out to the balcony position, re-smoke down. They'll know that someone's playing up there.
Swings into the AK. Kind of underpass alongside Gary. Fallen's with the scout set towards top mid, hoping that someone peeks their head out, and well, Caserado might offer up that opportunity, but as I say that, he falls away, so no opportunities involved Team Liquid.
Yeah, very silent from FURIA. Seems it is going to be an A split, and it comes to Liquid. Do they have the right read? They've got 3 on A for the meanwhile.
Mach 10 spray for Art. Molotovs in to try to drive players away from an aggressive position. Stewie going to reface mid. Not going to go all the way forward for it, just check the catwalk. And FURIA start walking into the A site. Split in. Mach 10 of Art catches Naf. Looks for the next player at the back. The default boxes. Vinny sees him. Stewie gets involved with 1 frag back at CT. So Yuri is 1 to drop. And a scout of Fallen now takes point. Elige caught with damage out in the open. Fallen's going to look to the open portions of the site. Get gooshed down. Stewie gets another frag with his deagle, so they are keeping us even at a 3v3 and pressing the issue. Gary, however, takes that pistol out of play. Now Elige and Fallen the last 2 that remain.
A very difficult retake to come in. A Caserado just working on the edge of the smoke. Easy kill coming through for Elige. And Fallen's the last one left out from CT. Gonna have a crack and try to get this retake together. Nice shot comes through onto 1. No more than that. And for FURIA, they do not drop that second round. They continue the momentum up, continue the round streak, and going into the third, they're going to be up against a light eco from Liquid.
Yeah, pistol and conversion going their way. Now it's the eco to follow suit. You must expect that they should have a relatively easy control of this unless Liquid have some stack involved that FURIA run head first into. Shouldn't expect that here from this FURIA camp. Pistols out of the P250s, the deagle involved. Of course, AKs across most of the board for FURIA. Mach 10 for Caserado, still looking to do the money farm. Where's he placing himself? Straight up towards bottom mid here. He's hungry for these kills.
Interesting boost coming into Elige, and I guess anytime you're on a light eco, you want to try and have some sort of element of surprise. Stewie with the Deagle in the last round found some decent success. Peeks in, doesn't quite find the bullet.
Attempts to, but ultimately doesn't get anything out of it, so simple stuff again. Liquid gathering little bits of information here and there. The taps, the pistols, the footsteps being taken by several individuals. And taps forward of Elige, finds Art, so kicks things off. Now AK picked up as they do gain A-site control. Caserado can respond.
Yeah, that AK's gone back into ladder, so the chances the CTs can pick that back up. Grim trying to take a part to Vinny. They are doing damage and now trying to set up Stewie in CT spawn.
Retake might as well be gone for here on the Liquid side, especially as the USPs are still finding damage. Fallen tapping forward to Vinny's head. The Deagle now is Stewie. Looks back at the CT spawn, trying to bait Caserado to get a bit more aggressive. That Mach 10 at long range is going to go favorable towards Stewie's angle. Despite that, Caserado gets his kill. And now from Fallen have grabbed the 2 AKs that were dropped on the FURIA side. So damage done to the T-side economy and a few rifles gained for Liquid.
And that is one unbelievable success for Lico. When you think about the proper light investment they have, they get 2 kills and recover a couple of AKs. You'll be chuffed about that any day of the week. FURIA, yeah, they get up to a 3-0 start. They let a lot slip in that round, though.
Yeah, 3-0 on the board, not a comfortable one. Liquid keeping their pace and, like you mentioned, letting a lot slip out of the fingertips of the FURIA side. Serato hoping he can find that AK back, but that MAC-10's going to stay in for the gun round. Bolstered by 2 AKs here. This setup's going to look great for Liquid.
For Serato, we know that we haven't seen the rifle in his hands just yet. Even being up 5-1, that's going to be able to give him that push. How much can he farm with this MAC-10? We're seeing 2 players without the head Kevlar of Grim and Stewie. AWP out from Fallen. Really yet to see him get going in this series.
I think the one element that's really not had the massive amount of impact that his teammates have had, despite that, he'll still try and take the big green in for the CT side. Stewie's first to fall, Art in towards that mid control, finds the player in the sniper's nest. Fallen can get a trade onto Vinny, so even standing at the 4 versus 4, the ramp control denied by Team Liquid.
Just not allowing that opening duel to get one out by FURIA without any sort of return. Both AWPers finding impact. And now for FURIA, start working Serato out from this mid default, evading quite a fair bit of this utility. Is going to get tagged up to 87.
A little damage on the grand scale of things here, FURIA. Wrap their way into the apartments as Art tries to look forward with the big green, look out at the apartment's entrance. No CT player is direct on contact. They will have off-site angles, particularly to the back of Brucey and, of course, ahead of the Archers. That's Shaw flashes in. AWP completely blinded. Gary gets that kill against him. Naf can't get 2 to respond. Bomb drop. Looking for Art and Yuri. Sees the shoulder of the AK. Alicia's taking position back on the site itself. Yuri still gets that kill, but Naf makes it a triple. On for the quadra. Jumps out of the way and does find his 4K. Hold on the B site for the pistol. The rifles, I should say, for Liquid.
Oh, well done from NAF. And even for Liquid, they set themselves up with a good crossfire. You've got 2 players on B directly, quick rotate that could come in from Market, and for NAF, E is just playing out in the corner itself, out to that forest angle, and just continuing to do as much damage as possible. FURIA, look at what has happened on the reset. Yes, they're going to get that AK out. Yes, they're going to get that AWP out. What have they got beside it? 3 Eagles.
We saw that eco damage we mentioned earlier on. Nades on Art will do damage to his HP numbers. M4 did see him look out to the open where Vinny's going to get caught a leash with that opening frag and continuing damage done to his teammates up towards top mid at a stack. Serato, second to full. Art tagged still. They've lost one of those AKs. They've lost the only other rifle that they had. The Eagles of Gary and Yuri now got a lot more work to do.
And even committing out to the A site, they've got a couple of smokes that they can work with, just get the set piece in. Liquid have just not got a lot of players on the A site, but a lot of players that can rotate in quickly.
Art could only land a leg shot on Grim in the back. He does get picked up by Gary, the AWP in his hands. What can you do with it? Fall back away, it seems. Yeah, him and his teammate going to go ahead and join up, rotate towards T-spawn, try to go towards a B campaign. But Liquid have read it. They're also spreading out.
They can't really save in this 2v5. First off, because Yuri's only on a deagle, money's low, so you've got to think to yourself, okay, how can we find as much impact as possible? Well, Yuri's going to try and go back out to mid.
Grab that AK dead from his teammate if possible. It might also be a decent idea for them to chuck that AWP out of position. And we'll find Yuri's deagle, so there's no chance to recover that AK. And now Gary, 1v5. I guess he's got no choice but to save at this one, and I think he realizes that the same.
And knows it now. Now that he's lost his teammate, it's right. Okay, we'll just hold on to it. Liquid, there's always that potential that they double AWP. We know that Stewie does enjoy picking up the double AWP hybrid from every now and then. We haven't really seen it at all in this series. And don't just give him a free AWP. Don't just offer up a big green for no reason whatsoever. And for Liquid, when you think about the investment they're up against, they have a really easy time with dealing with it. Oh, hang on.
Darius getting hunted. I don't think they're going to extend in time.
Right.
Stewie. Yeah, way too far away. If he kept running, then maybe he could have gotten up there, but even then, that also has to account for the time that you've got to take out the rifle and get the kill. Second to the board of Liquid, and this one starting off in a very, very similar fashion to the startup of our last map up. FURIA taking the early lead. Liquid coming back at 3-3. No weapons around the FURIA side. They're going to have the upgrade pistol for Gary. The AWP passed off to Art with the Kevlar. So I guess kind of a half buy. Nothing major for FURIA though.
No, not at all. Even Fallen looking to peek out from mid. They want to go quite aggressive with it. Elite just swinging out wide, trying to drop that orb straight away, and so they've done it.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on in that. Not sure there was a flash that kept him blinded, and what didn't come up on the kill feed, so I can only assume not. The man's gone down already though, and Orb's going to get picked back up by K Serato. Might be a decent idea to pass that off to Gary, who's got the head Kevlar. But even then, can you trust the coach to really have impact with the AWP with this?
Yeah, for sure you can. The problem is, look at where Gary is to where K Serato. They're in completely different positions, up on Cat in comparison to down in underpass. So for the moment, K Serato's just got to keep using it.
Might link up on the B site. They can't link up before that point though. They're on short. The two T-side players have gone down through underpass, back up into the apartments. And K Serato has found the frag on a leash. To take that AWP back up towards top mid and fall away with it. Where do FURIA go with this? Back into apps and go towards the B play? That seems to be the call.
Yeah, B exec is a decent idea. Now you wonder in terms of the defense on this site itself, how much of a hold's going to be coming in. Fallen and Naf have got the crossfire. The AWP is very passive. I mean, a couple of flashes, they've got no way of really dealing and forcing Fallen further back passive.
Aries going to throw those flashes over the apartments. More probably force Fallen off Gangle. I don't think any of those flashes are going to catch Naf, however. Yep, kept away, high behind the box. Pistols close, break through on the first man. Comes up with the second. K Serato does get that trade back and win the fight against Fallen. Okay, Bomb's going to go down, so there's money bonus at least. And a 2v2 scenario for FURIA.
This is very winnable. Stewie just trying to work in with his teammate out from this market position. Both of them have got AKs.
The backs are turned to market. Stewie's being very silent. Gary. Gun barrel's going to stick out the right-hand side. Oh, they're going to insert themselves in. Gary's been seen. Spray forward. The AWP tracks towards it, but Grim gets those two frags to return, so they just hold on to the clutch. We talk about how Liquid's ecos did damage to FURIA. FURIA can do the exact same thing.
Yeah, they could be really happy with that. There is that slight portion in the back of your mind where you go, damn, it's great and all. We did a lot of damage. We kept that round close. We could have won that, though, in the 2v2. Just doesn't quite come in. Both players just allowing Stewie to just sort of almost slip through the gap. They're both looking up from short and from market itself, not out from market window, not expecting him to move through that smoke. And Liquid, they were really tested in that last round.
Still forcing out a tactical pause for FURIA, so it feels like they might be a bit more frustrated with losing out on that one. You are right, it was an eco, but there was potential of them stealing the round itself, and that would have been far better than any damage you could do to Liquid. That damage would be amplified by the lead. It would have extended to 2. As it stands, we're back to evens, 3 apiece. AWP in the Fallen, no AWPs for FURIA. That's the other advantage they could have had by getting that round together. They would have had an AWP with guns into round 7. Taking this one slowly but surely for the FURIA side. Again, their main hope, their main focus is all about the playoffs. Got to win this map to do so, so take it one step at a time.
Yeah, Stewie still quite aggressive out from Con. Art is solo in mid. FURIA trying to set themselves up for the 8-set piece, and Art may just be able to start off with an opening kill out from Connector, at least knowing that Stewie's playing close.
Just trying to look for a gap in that smoke, but didn't really find any. Re-smoke down to the CT basis, will keep him at bay for now. FURIA trying to set in the set piece towards the ace site. Are they going to allow a line in the connector to allow Art to split in? Stewie's going to jump face out, and that's a mistake. All his bullets going completely off center. Incendiary's on a lead with the nades. Also trying to see if he can find Art in the trade back, but so far so little gained by his utility set. Vinny tagged up, AWP have fallen, can't land his shot. Vinny gets both the kills against him and Grim. Naf with a responsive, finally gets a kill for Liquid, but it'd still be a 4v2 and Elise being challenged with 15 points of HP. Naf's got to come in support. We'll get another kill and another kill. 3 kills to his name, but not enough to win the round still.
Yeah, FURIA just working with the man advantages, and a lot of damage gets done out from that mid portion from Stewie. It's still not enough to get a trade back from that short position from Elite. Doesn't quite find the angle, even with the util. And then Vinny just with the walkout out from the bomb site itself, just being able to drive a couple of players down to the desk. And for Liquid, there's a moment there where you start to believe ever so much that NAF is going to bring that round back. Doesn't happen at all. FURIA, they hold on to their lead, and they can stretch it further.
Eco set for Liquid, damage done to the economy state, and both teams have been struggling with money. Sprays forward, AK to Queserato, finding Grim. Art gets fallen. And simple stuff for these AKs to pick apart these pistols here. No orbs brought down, no risk of the major investment. The Deagles can still strike, and indeed Elige will find Art, grab that AK. Potentially do damage to the player in Palace, but someone's got to go ahead and rotate to grab that bomb here, and the most likely player is Yuri. They're playing towards the B side. There's no one there for the CT side.
You start wondering what the potential is. NAF's just going to be the bait to try and get the AK to trade back. Doesn't happen at all. And an idea, an attempt to come in for Liquid to allow the AK to do further damage. Stewie going to peek in from window. Doesn't deal with Queserato. Another great start for Queserato. He's already put up a 0.0 or 1.45 rating across map 1 and map 2 on average. And now coming into the second, 12 kills up, 4 deaths. You've got to imagine that this is going to be another grand performance from him.
That'll make it 3 for 3 in the maps in this series. But once again, the question on my mind is, are they going to turn that performance into a map win? Are they going to turn it into a series win? Are they going to turn it into rounds on the FURIA side? So far, so good. It's in the mid and late game where the narrative could change. Liquid know this. They're up on the guns. It's their first opportunity to change their own fortunes. Orb in a forward and looking towards the apartment's default. That's where FURIA are playing. It just catches vision. I don't think he can catch the kill on Queserato.
There was a moment there that FURIA were actually lining up some arch smokes to go into the B side, maybe waiting for a certain protocol and a certain noise, whether they wanted to commit with it. Instead, it's almost a cancel. Fallen is still holding quite aggressively from Van.
Queserato going to give him up this time. Shoulder could be seen. Got to be pixel perfect on this peak of this bait. Fallen ready. Might still shoot the leg of Queserato, and actually Yuri baits it in, forces Fallen back, and the execution set and ready. That's the protocol to try baiting the AWP. Elige burst fires, finds Scary, dropped that bomb, looking for that second against Yuri. Queserato catches Fallen distracted, so the man advantage goes the way of FURIA. The bomb can go down.
What's so nice in that setup is getting Queserato as aggressively as he can, and with the bait, is it allows him to just fly into the side and get so much tempo forward. But this retake's just not going to be on at all. They've got to go in for the save. FURIA, they are delivering on this T side. That was another great round from them.
A 6th up for the Brazilian boys. Team Liquid. Holding on to their weapons, they have no choice in the matter. The economy game is still rough for them. They just got out of the ecos, and now they're back on the guns. M4s and FAMAS, very valuable to Liquid at this stage. If they can get an AK or an AWP, that would be great, but they're so deep in the site, it's not going to happen. FURIA. Might have been an awkward follow-up to their starting few rounds, but the guns coming out have led to just nothing but success. It's a very good sign for the Brazilian camp. 3 rounds to the leads. Fallen and Leave probably have to force buy or get drop weapons here.
Yeah, 3 rifles staying in, loss bonus being at the 2400 going into round 10 itself. And it seems that they're going to go for the safer alternative. Upgrade slightly on for Elige and not force it round completely. And for FURIA, you've got to imagine that in terms of confidence, this is the perfect way to continue this first half of just grinding these rounds and getting closer to double digits.
4 players stacked up, go towards the ace execution. Grim. The gap in that smoke he could abuse, but they are watching it here for FURIA, so he thinks better of it. Has an inkling that the Brazilians might want him to peek. It's very quiet here, very, very quiet. Much like how we had many rounds on Nuke, I should say. Playing out so slow for the FURIA camp. Minute and 15 to go for the hit still.
And there wasn't a lot of util for Liquid to use going into round 10, and now they've just used pretty much all of it. FURIA just a very passive default, waiting for over-aggression, hasn't quite come through at all. If they just commit to an A-site execution, they've got a couple of players to deal with, and that could get overwhelmed quite quickly.
Flashes over, Incendiaries on, Stewie and Grim turned away from. Aids back, CT side. Still pressing for the issue of the kill, 40 seconds. Yuri spraying up, desperate to get something past this smoke. Now FURIA starting to run out of time. And surely they can't just be pressured into giving up this round to the hands of Liquid. Orp in the short, may have been seen by the likes of Fallen. Stewie on site, he's got to get a couple of good frags in. He almost lined them up. A dink onto K-Serata, tagging into 14. Player in Palace undetected. You can see the bomb carrier here. No, Yuri checks it just at the right moment. Fallen with one last chance. Another bomb plant. He's got it in. There's still a little bit of time. Elige, 10 seconds of his own right. Someone's going to get that plant back together here on default. Elige, he's going to do it. He's got it in. Naf's going to stay alive. That's going to be enough for Liquid. And indeed, the pressure will get to FURIA on this day.
Oh my goodness, what a hold coming out from Elige from CT. And that whole round, you think, okay, it's going to be Grim. He's going to get a couple of kills. Maybe he's going to get 3. He's going to win the round out for Palace, and Yuri checks it. Fallen peeks forward of the smoke, denies that bomb from going down. They think, right, we've already been slapped in. Let's get that bomb plant safe. Let's get it over for CT. And that's when Elige peeks out. Couple of kills, time wasting. Liquid, what a steal.
Oh, you can't let pressure get to you now, boys. It's playoff standing on the line. K-Serata, however, swinging back in confidence. A fantastic kill on Grim to open things up on the A side. The players coming out, his teammates coming in from mid. The AWP is Stewie. Can respond, get it back to a 4 versus 4. Fallen falls on site. Stewie still a known entity, going to reface this. And the AWP can't find anything. But his AK transfers the spray, and Arc comes in with support. And just like that, FURIA, what pressure, what cracks. Don't see any of them in this round.
Jeez, what an acceleration. Out of really nowhere. Round 10 was so slow, so passive. Really just get it down to the bare knuckles, to the minute on the clock before any action strikes. That time, K-Serata, mate, just run it up. Get right out from ramp, get that first kill, and pressure just continues to build. Mid, connector, top con, everywhere. Liquid crumble on the map. Naf's the last one left in the 1v3.
M4 leans in on the pass, does catch that one player. Now they know where he is, they can go for the safer plant. Account for his position. And get this round for a 7-4 for FURIA. Liquid. Man, that's got to be so staggering for them to steal a round like that and then just get clapped in this follow-up. Yeah, I don't know what the mentality is like for the Liquid side, but it's starting to let this scoreline get out of control.
It is getting out of control, and money is too. And when you have a look at the prior history from Liquid on Mirage when it comes to this event, they went up against Gambit, 12-16 as a loss, 9 rounds up on that T side. Up against Team 1 yesterday, 11 rounds on that CT side to get them that 16-8 victory. We have seen monster CT halves from them in both maps of Mirage played in this group. This is the first time it hasn't been a monster CT half. It can't be.
And FURIA hold dominion over the Liquid side. And despite that, history says that their CT side is the better half of FURIA. Whether those be marred by tier 2 results or what have you, it's still, in terms of statistics and history, may end up being to their favor here. Orps, M4s, USPs out, Deegan in for Elige. Art trying to find face in against Stewie. The Orp held back here at the sniper's nest. Art just continues facing, looking down into mid control, trying to win out an Orp v Orp fight. If he can do that, the round might be furious.
And we're seeing a couple of moments on Mirage where Stewie's Orping over Fallen, even in a situation where his glass cannon seems that he's going to be trying to pick up the pieces. Comes in, just a perfect timing, isn't it?
There's a hero Orp buy as well for Stewie, $150 for him. Elige's got to pick that Orp back up because it's going to be so valuable to Liquid going forwards here. Minute to the clock. Vinny still playing careful. FURIA still playing careful. Rotations in towards short. Fallen's going to try hold up against him, but a USP stands alone. He's got backup so far away. Decent dinks onto K-Serata, looking for Gary next. Unfortunately, not quite as successful with that second face. Nash with M4 set towards the Off angle at the market, sees Gary, knows that he's low. Yuri will also get tagged low, but that peek and bait in to suck up the damage and allow the cross to come through for the bomb. And just like that, all the B presence removed from play for the CT site. The bomb plant will be secured.
I'm just trying to work out to myself how that USP did so much damage, and I look over and go, how's Quesarado not bought any armor going into round 12? Whether he forgot or wanted to keep the economy line a bit stronger? It could be anything.
Economy line will get stronger for the likes of Liquid for now. AWP staying in, the loss bonus starting to build. I think they should have enough cash to get some buys in for the next. But FURIA will hold 8 here. They will hold the T-side half.
Gary trying to hope to find another CT that's going to go quite aggressive. I like that smoke that comes in because Grim is going to try and look for an exit kill. And with that being re-smoked, there's just no way he's going to have any chance whatsoever. And for FURIA, they just keep adding them to the tally. And that's what it's got to come down to when it's map 3 up against Liquid, is not about who's the better team, who's putting up the bigger numbers. It's just adding round by round by round. And at 8-4, you start looking at it just thinking for Liquid, geez, this is not a good position for us at all.
Nah. First tactical timeout has only just been called here. I guess maybe now's the right time to do it. I imagine that you believe that it's probably coming a little bit late for them. Regardless, it's coming now. And now, more than ever, they need it. This game's starting to run away from them. And if they get 11 forward, how poetic would that be when they 11 forward FURIA in the first half of the first map? FURIA just get right back into control.
Well, it's funny. When we look at ESL Pro League Season 13, Liquid went 4-1 in their group stage, and FURIA went 3-2. So depending who gets the win, they're going to be able to replicate exactly what happened in the last season. Can he replicate performances in for that last round? He had a great duel onto Stewie out from window. He has got aggressive behind the top mid smoke.
Allenswap looking in. Quesarado just gives up that frag, thinking it might come easy. Only thought wrong. Smokes out Gary. Cross back, grabbing a bit of utility off his dead teammate. Trying to fall back out of the apartments. His teammates have made their way over towards the A campaign. Smokes onto the connected control. Nice throw there from the player of Liquid. Vinny will be suppressed for the time being.
It's been a while since Liquid have actually had an opening man advantage to work with. Vinny up from connector might be able to create some space. If he gets this frag onto Stewie, that could be the round difference.
Thought he was in that gap. Stewie's looked away at the wrong timing as the player on short seen him. He just backing up, so it indicates not. Smokes on connected jungle instead. Stewie might go up the ghost. Elie's been seen, tapped up by Vinny. Can't get that secondary kill. Stewie with a responsive. Keeps the man advantage for Liquid for now. Bomb trying to cross the site. Molotov trying to drive those CTs away. There's no smoke for this position, so no vision can get blocked here on the Liquid side. Bombs at Sandwich, Orp is firing. Trying to look down the stairs, not aware of how close Grim can be. Meanwhile, Yuri strikes. Grim gets one frag alongside Naf for the swing back at the crossfire. Works out well. Yuri can't do much, and Grim will prove it with his 2K and with a 5th for Liquid.
And that's just coming down to the protocol for Liquid. 3-2-1 peak, and just not fighting. At the same time, not peeking individually, just swinging as a unit out from CT, making that instant mid-round call that they want to try and fight. They'll realize straight away, if they're getting mollied to the back of CT ticket, there can't be a smoke. There can't be that further util to come. And as soon as that frag presents itself on a falling jungle CT player, right, that's when we swing. That's when we try and initiate as many fights as possible. And for Liquid, they get one back. Can they replicate and get a streak going, though?
AK in for a lead, and he returns the favor to the one tap against Art. Grim follows suit on Yuri, and now FURIA just walking out into open sights without much utility support. Dry facing and falling apart for it. Grim ahead of the smoke, slight gap there. Gary's going to go for a plant on default. He sees Vinny, he doesn't see Gary. Quesarado top of the danger box, still going to end up falling as Grim goes for a triple. You can only get a triple. And Quesarado now on for the ace clutch. Sees Elise, but Elise drops in and drops him.
Okay, Liquid starting to work with some more in that round. Grim and Elise putting on a show out on that A side. And so is Quesarado in this first half. 17 kills and 6 deaths. And for him, you probably start looking at the scoreline and thinking, geez, this isn't enough. We had a possibility and potential of really striking 11, 10 rounds at least, and instead, Liquid, these last couple of rounds, they've given themselves a fighting chance to close the first half on a good note.
Yeah, especially with the way these last few rounds have been looking, Liquid have been miles ahead of where FURIA are at. I'm gonna go back to that careful standard style for me. Set piece seeming to come in pretty early, actually, for the FURIA side. I like the idea of a set piece. I'm not sure if it should come in so quickly, considering how reckless and loose they've been playing and how much Liquid have punished that.
The flash comes back in, Stewie peeks with it, doesn't quite follow up, so there's one kill being found on the A site already.
Okay, Serata took little damage on that secondary spray. Grim now gonna have to call in some support. He's gonna hide back behind the ticket booth. The smokes on connector jungle and stairs will suppress the players in on the rotations. Grim swinging out. Oh, that one getting tapped. Will catch Gary with his back turn. His teammate right behind him, but Rap can get those trades. It's back and forth. All sorts of frags pouring all over the place. But Vinny now becomes the lone man standing. Flash in against him will keep him blinded. Gets up high, which would be contrary to most logical sense, but fortunately for him, the CT player is not there, and the AWP cannot be seen. Now he can be seen. Bomb plant will be secured, Fallen. Tapping forward to the wall bangs, Flash turned away from as well. Both players are going to come in from CT. Will they hear the footsteps? Back's turned away, shots racing out, and Fallen will connect it in the end. So Liquid will end on a positive note. FURIA will have the half, but it's 8-7 at the turn. The Brazilians in the lead. Can they keep it? Find out after the break.
We're grown-up kids. Out of the shadows, I've come to make a name. Ready for battle, 'cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, 'cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to conquer. Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, 'cause I know.
FURIA lead just by 1. Liquid trailing behind in our final map of the series, and for FURIA, 8 rounds will connect them to the playoffs. Can they get it done? It's the CT half. Liquid resurging at the later portion of the first half. An opportunity now with a T-side pistol up for grabs. All utility across most of the board here, and playing very early in the B apartments.
You can feel pressure starting to build, and for Liquid, there is that presence over to the B side of the map. It could just be a quick commitment, just fly out from the apartments.
One smoke was missed, though. The setup might cost them here. Back into the back lines. Gary is tapping forward, missing all of his shots. Connects that kill on towards Elige at least. Grim comes up against Vinny, chases back in for Gary. We get a second kill looking for Grim next, but unfortunately, it's too much for him. Yuri makes his way ahead, drops the bomb, drops Fallen as well, and Naf stands back at bench with it all to do in a 1v3 clutch.
Yeah, difficult position for him to be in, and without any armor too. Bomb control down for the CTs, and they just don't need to fight. Play the 3v1, know exactly where Naf is, work together on this.
Taps on, continuing to come out from Naf, sees the player out towards the corner, but Yuri ends up with the triple, and it will be FURIA with the pistol.
That one smoke being missed out, you wonder if it was sort of a market door smoke that they were initially planning on throwing, or one of the arch smokes, whatever it was, not coming through, and Liquid just not being able to find those entries and getting that bomb plan makes that whole round so much more difficult for NAF to bring it forward.
And 9-7 up to the board. FURIA holding their own for the time being. Liquid just down to the eco base. It's still got one upgrade pistol over on Grim's part. A hand cannon ready to deal with the FURIA side if it's necessary. And now position set into the apartments area, and Gary and Vinny are the crossfire. SMG and FAMAS ready and raring to receive without any utility on the Liquid side. It'd be nice if Gary can get the SMG together. Grim seen. Bit of an awkward spray from Vinny. Actually gives up his life to the hands of Grim. SMG fire back for Gary. Gets 2 frags, but does get overwhelmed. So Liquid getting a bomb plant here.
Okay, this is promising. 3v3, bomb is down, MP9's being picked up, and the resmoke comes in. Liquid, it all just comes down to time stalling in this post plant now.
Yuri's keeping his eyes forward. AUG set in place. Art sees the one man pressing forward with the USP alone. That might cause a bit of a hindrance. He gets that kill on Stewie at least. Elige and Grim. Elige turns the MP9 into a bit of damage. Not quite a kill found. Grim gets Art. Serato deals with him, comes back in with a wrap, and does find his frag together with the defuse kit on his pouch. It should find a 10th round for FURIA. But once again, much like how it was in the first half, these rounds are still being pretty expensive for them.
And FURIA won't be happy with that one at all. They let way too much slip. That's a Glock round with a Deagle upgrade, and they got 3 kills and a bomb plan. Instant reset potential coming through onto the FURIA side into the first rifle round of round 18. And for Liquid, knowing they got that extra investment going forward, they've got an AWP to come out from Fallen on the T side.
AWP for Art as well on FURIA. But of course, as you mentioned, the investment bonus for Liquid is going to be a bit more of a bolster. Not a lot of cash in bank for FURIA, and a perfect chance for Liquid to reset them. AK's out of the mid-default. 3 players behind stack, including that AWP. Elige will press the issue. Yuri's going to wait in ladder room.
Yeah, FURIA actually have a fair bit of intent with eyes on from this mid portion. Art looking through into Con, gonna get smoked off, has to look back into ramp itself. Now that leaves Yuri alone out from ladder. What can he find?
M4 looking to wrap corner. Elige or Fallen could be seen. Great kill, turns away from the AWP position, recognizing it's up there in top mid. Allowing it to get a kill, and Snaf drops in on Serato, and again gets a frag to a 4v4. Art's AWP, however, is also in play as he catches Grim. Yuri gets tagged to 16. Known there towards Snipers, and that's going to get flanked by Stewie. Can Gary come in from murder hole? He will. Almost catches that player with U2 in hand, and Stewie adjusted a headshot. Perfect. Back to even as we go. Yuri still trying to challenge the man, and that dry face ultimately costs him the AWP of Art, unable to get the wall bang through the danger box. So it'll be a 3v2 retake for Liquid's favor.
Oh, they at least pick up onto Naf, but it's the AWP being so passive out from stairs. It's a difficult one for them to try and face. They've got no util to work with, and they just peek right through the smoke. Easy pick to come through from Fallen. Vinny in the 1 versus 2. Can't really save. They're going to be on double eco status. Has to try and attempt it the best that he can, and he can't even pick up the AWP. Fallen peeking back in, giving Liquid the 8th. And for FURIA, well, it's double eco status for 2 or 3 of the players. They have to buy it down. They've got no other option.
They try to save that AWP to give a bit of a better something here, because K-Serato could have dropped weapons. They could have had some semblance of a force buy. Without that AWP, FURIA just going to force it on K-Serato. Swag 7 for Gary. CZs and Deagles for everybody else. And Liquid can start making up some ground here. 2 rounds to the difference. And as you mentioned, double eco status means that they could find themselves at 10 apiece.
And this is where we start getting into territory where things just get very close once again. Even in that last round for FURIA, they had the opening man advantage and threw it away with K-Serato aggressing out from ramp with the MP9.
Gary's going to get boosted with the Mag 7. All into position and wait here. Smokes onto the sniper's nest as Liquid start pressing forward for the B side. Execute Gary and Vinny, Mag 7 and Deagle. The wombo combo, will it combine today? Oh, Vinny's going to get out of dodge. He doesn't want anything to do with apps.
Yeah, hoping that he doesn't get mollied, because that would just force him out to the open. And if they can try and bait the distraction, oh, he's going to get mollied. He has to force out now.
Gets a buck shot at the tag on a Fallen, but it's not enough to get the kill for him, and Vinny's just out of there. He wants to save the Kevlar. It makes so much more sense for FURIA to have something going into the next, because it will be a full eco.
That's very smart from Liquid in that situation, because again, the only way that Mag 7 finds nothing is if he gets mollied, and that's exactly what comes in. And when you think about the investment that came forward, yes, they've done damage onto Fallen, no more than that. Okay, back off, we'll hold on to our weapons. We had more of an A stack as it was anyway. And Liquid, they get up to 9. It might not be the easiest for the 10th, though. We always sort of say, okay, double eco status, you lose it, you're going to lose the next and the follow-up. When you're actually saving 4 players with the AWP, you still look at the next and say, hang on, there's still room for FURIA to make something possible.
Yeah, again, this next one will not be a full eco. It won't be just USPs and an AWP that gets saved. There'll be Deagles, there'll be CZs, all for no investments, and the economy can also build at the same time. Plenty of potential in FURIA and very little risk for it. They'll buy a P250 for Gary. And their main focus will be the gun round for the next. Maybe K-Serato might want to consider saving the AWP in the worst case scenario in this round. But other than that, a lot of ambition for FURIA here, a lot of potential. Let's see what they can do.
Even that is easier said than done, right? Where do you put the AWP to find impact? At the same time, you want to try and save. Well, it seems that he does want to take the aggressive approach. And with the AWP in play out from the B site, you've got to wonder, how can Vinny set up the crossfire?
And the focus turns to K-Serato, who maybe looks in an AWP battle against Fallen. The apartments for both individuals. Stewie working in to the mint control. Gary and Yuri will try to look for some sort of setup in the defensive position. The AWP flashed off angle. Grim doesn't even need the AWP to fight. Faces it directly here with the AK. And Deagles and Vinny caught back into a corner here. Might as well try for this retake, considering that they haven't got much to lose in terms of the money itself. Maybe the Kevlar might be a bit valuable to them, but as the players start getting picked apart, it might be best to hold on to an AK. The AWP being taken out of play. Stewie flashes his way out. Teammates in down towards the short position. Yuri does get that first frag. Look for a Liege next up. Tapping desperately. Can't quite connect the second. Can't quite escape either.
Gary's got a backstab in from T-Spawn, so there could be a chance that one of these weapons are going to drop straight into the hands of the City side. And what a slap in the face that is from K-Serato. He's holding such a tight angle, and as soon as he aggresses, as soon as he thinks about making a play, just instantly flash. Perfect utility for Liquid to be able to execute out from the B side, even dealing with Gary quite late into the round. Art hearing some of these footsteps in from mid, hoping that there's going to be a ladder drop or some sort of way that he can find a pick and hold on to a weapon. Doesn't seem like that's going to present itself at all, and a tied up scoreline at 10-10. This is the closest map we've had in the series so far.
That it is. Tactical timeout coming in for FURIA as a result. Liquid did go back and forth throughout the course of Nuke. Got towards the second, again, the beginning of the second half, brought it to 10 apiece before FURIA were able to run away with it and get that 16-10. We've seen a lot of patterns repeating here in our third and final map. Is this going to be another one of those, or will it continue to go back and forth? Can Liquid gain a lead? Can FURIA run away with this? It's their gun round now.
That's not the best of looking buys at all. Yeah, you've got that AWP out. Where's the kit? Where's the util? It is so limited for FURIA, and it almost makes you think to yourself, okay, if you've got limitations on the buy, well, advantages need to be set in terms of the early round. Fighting for that opening man advantage, trying to draw something a little bit later. And for Liquid, while there isn't a massive amount of money in the bank, their economy is still so much stronger.
Yeah, the T-side economy game is always going to be stronger here. They still have a fair amount to fall back on, so should be no worries for a buy into round 22 if Liquid need it. They might not need it is the bigger concern for FURIA. They lose this, not only will they give Liquid a lead, they'll give them a significant advantage because the economy can just build and build and build with the follow-up ecos that FURIA are going to have to take. It will be the A split from the Liquid camp. Stewie in connector. The other 4 players in from Ramp and Palace. 2 split apiece. K-Serato and Art here. Awkward crossfire. K-Serato gets his kill. Art can trade it. K-Serato doubles up onto Grim. Trying to swap out to the AK here for K-Serato's party suppressed in a corner. Elige can't deal with the AWP. Cannot deal with the second player at Dark. And K-Serato makes it a triple as FURIA gain the all-importance.
Oh, he's looking for his 30 bomb, and he should get there. Honestly, he has had a masterclass of a performance coming through into this event and coming through into the best of 3 that honestly matters the most. Yeah, you do have to get wins on the board if you want to try and make it into the playoffs, but knowing this game has to go their way, and the performance we're seeing from him, unbelievable, really. What a shining star. And for Liquid, they just got romped in that last round. That crossfire just found so many kills instantly.
Yeah, K-Serato is going to be my MVP pick for this series as a spoiler for you in the post-game.
100%.
No matter which way it goes, he's been the guy that's been the most consistent and he's been top of the board every single map.
Not even a debate with another player, is it?
Yeah, you can't say the same for Grim, who 30 bombed in the previous map. You can't say the same for Yuri, who's trailing behind K-Serato, or Art's AWP skills. It's K-Serato 100%. He has been the standout man, and rightfully so. Tactical pause for Liquid. Their second called in. They're back up on the buy, like I mentioned. The AKs, the AWPs, in for Fallen, not for FURIA. They've saved 2 AKs at least.
Yeah, they've got that extra firepower, and they're bringing 3 over to the B site early rounds. Haven't really seen this kind of stack come in from FURIA as of yet. Stewie going down into the underpass quick, and Liquid taking this top mid control with a bit more urgency.
Now behind the stack, Incendiary is on the CT side, trying to drive Elige away, put the smoke back towards Sniper's Nest and suppress anyone from FURIA. I want to try an aggressive play from there. Same thing in connector for K-Serato. Stewie keeping him suppressed. Incendiaries under short control, hoping that they can drive Yuri further back into the site. Having a counter for ladder room, though, that'll be a bridge to cross when they get to it.
Yuri doesn't fire away, so for Stewie, he's got the idea that Yuri does play in ladder quite consistently. They don't know 100%, and now they're leaning back out to the A side, and for FURIA, they're very passive on A. They don't have anyone close to defend out from Rab.
I mean, they're still entirely focused on that mid control, I should say. Yuri finally going to find the pick on Stewie, so now their attention should turn. I say that in case Serato only now looks back as Elige has found an angle and finds his headshot. Art hoping he can respond here, hoping Elige gives him a second chance. He's not going to do so as the T start crossing into the site itself, and Art peeks away at the worst possible timing just as Elige gives up a second opportunity. Grim extends the CT, finds Vinny, and the bomb gets planted.
Call it. Back off, boys. There's no way that this clutch is going to be coming through. This retake just not on. Money's not in the bank. Util is low, and Grim has still got eyes on deep CT spawn.
And just hold it. They'll keep their eyes suppressed. Team Liquid, no reason to move from their positions until the bomb's ready to go up. And FURIA, indeed, they will call it. They will back off. They will save those weapons. And I've lost track of the loss bonus at this stage, Dwayne. I don't think it's very high for FURIA. Will it be enough to really force a buyback? 3 players staying in indicates maybe... maybe some drop weapons here. What do you think?
Buy it up. 100% for me. Put pressure on. Don't eco. Gary could drop an M4. Art could do the same. Just don't let Liquid take the lead back, and that's what they're going to do. Buy it down. It's the smarter call.
This one has turned into a chess game. Tack after tack. Slow rounds coming in, explosive rounds when they get going, but the setup is where it seems to all lie. Both teams trying to outplay each other, trying to get inside each other's heads. Liquid knows what this could mean. This could mean FURIA out of playoffs, and FURIA realized that as well. Not a lot of damage done to Liquid as well, so there's no economical advantage for FURIA. They've got to force the issue. They've just got to win the rounds. Just have to win. That's the only focus for this side here. And with every time they can see one back to Liquid, the economy just gets set back further and further. The buy will see a little bit of util involved. Yuri flashed off towards the mid position. The AK here, the nades on from Vinny will try to suppress the apartments. Liquid are pretty passive up there. FURIA, just hold the line.
It's just about not getting too greedy. Art's got the cross. He's looking at underpass. There is no reason why Yuri needs to completely to overextend and to swing out wide. That's what Alicia's waiting for. FURIA know better of it.
Again, it's all about small margins. All about the mind games, all about the patience. Smoke will come in to try to go towards Sniper's Nest, so Art will get forced out. They hear the footstep. You can see the feet of one man get Stewie. Can he find Grim as well? Grim is trying to find a position, but he can't seem to do it. Meanwhile, Yuri strikes up top mid, drops the bomb on a Liege. AWP have fallen, hoping he can still overextend, but it's a 5v3, and FURIA know this is just going to back away.
Jeez, that's such a sick setup. The drop down doesn't come down completely, and then they just bait and switch off one another, get a couple of picks, untraded, and get out to connect to the safety. Liquid not even in positions to trade those frags.
Find some trades on the execution here, 30 seconds. If FURIA can deny a bomb plant, that could be massive. Player seen on the back of the site itself. Default Art's gonna fall. Yuria will find Naf, turning it back to a 4-on-2. Serato swing, sees Grim, now seeing Fallen where he's at. Smoke's involved, finds Guri on a great shot back, looking for the other two CTs, but it's too many angles to check. And FURIA indeed will deny that bomb plant, grab a couple of extra weapons. Continue to defend this lead and fend off Liquid.
They're playing at a class level. They are having some good setups, they're having some good reads, and they're making some very good calls in this second half of FURIA. Liquid, now they're starting to use their tacticals, and it got to a stage in map 1 and map 2, we didn't really see many tacks. And now when pressure really starts building, when it goes to map 3, when we get into the second half, it seems like they're just being called every extra round.
Those small adjustments are going to be required, though. You don't have infinite tactical pauses. That's the next big thing. Liquid down to 1, FURIA down to 1. Galil on Naf, Mac 10 for Fallen, 3 AKs across the T-side board. It's still going to be a buy. One player lacking in the head. Kevlar means the Fallen's not going to get the easiest kills across most of the CT forces. And for FURIA, it's a chance to finally break the backs of Liquid if they can get this. This would put them within fingertips of the match point and of that playoff spot. Utility and Vigeri, this could be a bit of an overly aggressive push. Vinny cannot go up the apartments, he's going to look in.
Oh, they're playing 3 on B and just boosting up to the ninja box. Guri got boosted up here in a couple of the previous rounds, but because we haven't seen the B execs, we haven't seen that play coming out. And for Liquid, it's going to be the commitment.
Sprays through on Vinny, Smoke ready to drive by, a little bit of breathing room. Try to look for Grim, great strike back, looking for a bit more in the apartments. His backup has also arrived. Stewie spotted, Gary strikes, can't get a second player. The fuse kit drops and Fallen can trade on in a 3-on-3. Vinny needs support and he needs it now. They're coming in from Market. First player on the way back as Yuri gets dropped, but still Vinny holds the 2K and the 3K. USP out against Naf, doing all the damage in the world. Dinks and all, 18 points of health, he can trade him, but now he's got to deal with Serato, the star, the man. He made an element for FURIA. AK set towards the Market door. He knows that Naf is suppressed, waiting for an opportunity with the AK, and he wins it. No bomb plant bolster for Liquid, and that's massive for FURIA.
Oh, you gotta imagine they're getting pumped. Pumped after that round. What a defensive. The triple stack on the B side. Vinny from the back of bench just holding for so long. So much damage coming through. And K Serato gets the job done when it matters the most. 27-10. What a performance from him. And FURIA adding 13, now a 14th. You have to expect Liquid on a harsh eco in round 25.
We've seen how much impact these ecos have had in the early games. And if they do get several kills out of this round, it will seriously hurt the FURIA economy. But at this stage, having been significantly warmed up, having been in tune with your opponent's moves, I say that, Elise, don't. He'll just go for the tink, he'll just go for the burst fire. Get that kill on Yuri. I thought he was going for knife kills. Art can get a couple of trades alongside K Serato. So despite the flank, despite the unchecked position for Liquid, the lockdown still comes in. A 4K for Art and 14 for FURIA. 2 to go. 2 more for Brazil to have a playoff spot.
Oh, okay. Okay. They stay composed. Yeah, double burst comes through from that Glock. Kill gets found from Yuri, fine. We'll answer back, make sure no one else drops. 2 more to go. Liquid just trying to hold on in this game. FURIA pressing. And this second half, Liquid, they got off to a decent start with the momentum. Now it's been slowed down. Yuri putting some early nades up towards that top mid position. And for Liquid, you start wondering who's going to be the star player when the rounds matter the most.
Could it be Grim? Could it be Stewie? Could it be Naf Reliege? These are the guys that Liquid have looked at throughout the course of this series. A duo, a 30 bomb, a man who's had impact where he's needed. Right now, it's even across their borders. FURIA find their own individuals. 3 rounds for Liquid to make up. Plays in for Grim, sees Vinny, gets his frag. Gary with the Nova. Molotov goes back to Van. Is there one close? No, there's not. And Grim's gonna fall for it. 1 frag, 2 frags. Can't quite get the triple. Elise turns it back. The taps forward to the AK. Yuri's gonna get the trade. 3 on 2 still. Liquid have a chance, but Fallen's got to force the issue. He's all alone, making noise, waiting for Stewie to rotate in from short. He'll get here. Yuri's accounted for it, and he's found the frag. It's Fallen to fall into the side, drop the likes of Yuri, bring him back down with him, get that bomb potential nade onto his position. It doesn't get the kill, it allows the plant.
Get the extra cash injection. Where does he go from this? 17 XP, and he just gets spammed through the smoke. And you'd have to say that may be the biggest round or the biggest play we've seen for Guri. All best of 3 so far. The only other one I can think of is that knife and the backstab in on Nuke that we saw very early into the game. But the importance in that round, the XM in the cubby corner, not getting mollied, not getting hard checked, gets away with a couple of kills and sets FURIA up on 15, on series point.
And NIP look on, chewing their fingernails down to the base, knowing that Liquid got to get 4 in a row to keep Ninja Dreams alive. FURIA's dreams in the palm of their hands. They've been all night long. They will look to capitalize right here. Stewie in the underpass. Yuri knows what's coming, puts the smoke on the connector. Still looking to rephase as FURIA have refound their confidence. They've regained control, and they stand on the edge of glory.
A lot of noise being made out to this mid position. Gap at that left-hand side of the top con smoke. Counter incendiary goes down from the city side, just trying to buy some time. Yuri out from ladder has not given away his position as of yet, and Liquid, they're leaning back over to the B site again.
Naf could catch K Serato with utility in his hand and look towards Art. And on his lonesome, he might force the rotation back for Liquid. No one's left to this A site. And look at FURIA. They're already pushing apartments. They're already looking to save. Despite their successes, they're still going to push the bomb in. And Vinny can still shut it down. He's all on his lonesome. Surely he doesn't clutch it like this.
Oh, there's so much time. That's the problem, is there's so much time to try and play with. And for Liquid, they can compose themselves. Get into market, get into good positions. Looking to take a duel straight away up for the market position.
Oh,
now
God.
falls, and Vinny gets another.
No way. Smoke, flash, M4 looking to face the player towards the outside. Stewie, Vinny doing great, isolating all these 1v1s, but he just can't hold it together. A fantastic 3K. Man, that got way too close. Way too close for Liquid. Breathing a sigh of relief, breaking the backs of the FURIA economy again. The money's not there. Do they eco to get full guns out again?
Maybe the hero on one, you don't buy it. You just eco, and they're actually ecoing pretty light. They're not investing a massive amount at all. They want to keep that economy tip-top. And for Liquid, what an entry that was from Naf. A triple kill out to the A side, and now they're aggressing in mid.
Straight stack, Stewie spotted, gets his kill. See the second man as well, plenty more CT presence. They realize what's coming onto the site. Vinny does find a frag on the default position that Fallen gets him the drop, and Stewie. Actually, the trades are pretty good for the pistols back here. Art holds on to a couple of kills. If they can get Stewie as well, that would be damage done to Liquid, which is the best I think they can expect in a realistic term for FURIA in this eco. But unfortunately, that's not really worked out that way. Yuri standing alone, detected by Stewie. Should get hunted by the rest of Liquid as they get to 13. Unlucky for some. Is it unlucky for Liquid today? FURIA have their buyback. They went for the eco for this as a throwaway round. But with the economy being where it is, the T side could still find overtime.
Yeah, they could. It's not out of the realm of possibility at all. The gap is not that far at all. Even going for a bit of a hunt, just baiting to allow Fallen to come up from City Spawn to deal with this last player, Yuri. And the Bomb Blast is going to be able to do the job anyway. 13 on the board for Liquid, 2 more to go. And for FURIA, they're going to use their last tactical. I was just going to pose the question, Jay, when do they use their last one? They don't use it in the next round. They use it right here. They want to end it.
They've got guns. If they can come up with a plan to use said guns and put a round on the board, then it's going to be GG, and Liquid will rule the day, and NIP will rule the group stage. Man, this is tense. Because I think a lot of people watching this match know how unbelievably important this one must be.
Double orbs. This is a change-up, isn't it?
Will it work? That's the question. Do Art and Vinny have all it takes? Vinny, the man who nearly clutched a 1v5. The big green in his hands. Yuri and Gary set into the mid-control in ladder room at Sniper's Nest. Smoke will keep him suppressed as Liquid play the default.
Well, we're seeing a change-up in setup. Gary's been the B anchor for the most part of this second half. Instead, he's now playing out from ladder, where Yuri's been playing from. They're changing up some of the positions. They're leaving that orb posted out from the van area. This time around, they baited out with a single flash. That's the information gathered.
And Stewie, an AK set in towards underpass. Smokes on to the Sniper's Nest. Utility to bail out the CT forces of FURIA go passive. They want to hold down the site defensive. 3 players on the A play, and that's where Liquid are going.
They're quite aggressive out in that under balcony default position. Liquid can't really afford to run this clock too low. They've got to be trying to molly under bout, trying to force Quesarado out to the open.
And Liege has the flashes. There's no smokes to the set piece, and no one watching short, so Stewie's got an easy line in. Here they come, Liquid. For what could be enough. Art finds the bomb carrier. Grim to drop. Smokes to get a bit of cover. Sprays through for now. Trying to get Quesarado. Quesarado will get found by a Liege. 4v4. Still Yuri. Waits a firebox. And Fallen checks it. Art suppressed. Needs backup. And desperately so. Hearing footsteps all up in a sight. Can't catch Fallen. No scope's good enough. And Stewie continues with his mid lurk to secure it for FURIA. To save the weapon for Vinny. Liquid to 14 now.
Oh, what a take. What a take. The wall bank's coming through from Naf onto Quesarado. So much chaos down on the A side. Art trying to work behind the smoke. He puts down himself after he finds that first kill out to the Tetris area. Vinny holding onto the orb, and for Liquid, they're hunting. They realize the importance if they drop the big green.
I think Vinny should be safe so long as Stewie does not get a Ferrari peek against him. Gun barrel seen. Player gets caught. Player at apartments actually could be the next threat here for Naf. Vinny's got to be so careful. So careful. He gets the Liege next. Just stays away from Naf. That's a smart call. Really, really smart. Keeping the AWP in because they're going to need it. Look at the money for FURIA.
It's not good. It's not good at all. And you start wondering who's going to get the AWP. Vinny, Gary, Art, you kind of have to put it in your in-game leader's hands. Have to give it to Art in this situation. Back on the XM, we saw what he was able to do out previously to that B site, and this buy, it is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
They still get shotguns, they still get Formatis. Gary's XM did wonders up in the apartments, defensive. Part of the reason why FURIA are here in the first place on match point. Or in of Art as well, catches a leash, starts things off on the right foot. Yuri kept away from position over at underpass. Stewie, does he see the man? He has, but Yuri wins the fight. Not like this, Liquid, it's a 5v3.
What a fight up against an AK in that kind of range, and Art gets out of there to safety, trying to back up the A defense now.
Trying to look for the player out of smoke. Is Naf going to be seen? He looks back in towards Ramp, and Naf can find him on the off angle. AK spotted, and Yuri will drop Grim to get his kill. K Serato with a deagle. Naf trades on Vinny, but he's down to 2 points of health in a 2v2. K Serato trying to look for a gun somewhere. From us onto Gary, and the bomb's been left out of Ramp. FURIA can play for time.
It all comes down now to Liquid of playing the mind games. Can they get FURIA to over-rotate? Naf is so low. He needs to rely on Fallen to help him give the goods. And for FURIA, they're stacking up 2 and 8. They're not splitting bomb sites.
Gary at CT, K Serato in Sniper's Nest. Pass the weapons back and forth. Naf on the AWP, Fallen on the AK. Molotov in at jungle will keep K Serato at bay. Bomb plant comes down open. Behind danger, defuse kit on the Deagle player. They start walking. K Serato's heard it. They're both out towards Ramp. One player's going to go for the rat play. Smoking from Gary. Can he line this up correctly? Go towards Cross instead. I don't think that's what you want to do. Fallen back at Tetris. There's no second smoke as well for the CT side. That could be everything to them. K Serato, AK in hand, got a swing. Gary's got to get back. K Serato wins that fight. It's all left at a short presence. He sees them both. He catches the one. K Serato to get 31 to try and secure it here for FURIA. Got to get on the defuse, trying to bait in enough, but he's dead out of time, and he knows it. Liquid have done enough. FURIA with 5 map points, and that was not enough. We go to overtime to decide if they're playoff bound. A game where every mistake matters, a game where the result could mean glory or bitter defeat. FURIA taking on Liquid in overtime in our third and final map of the group stage. All to play for the Brazilian side, Dwayne, and man, the tension is just rocketed over the course of this one.
It just keeps going, and even for Fallen, just trying to AWP out from this ramp position. Resmoke goes down so he doesn't continue burning damage, and even for Art, making that aggressive move up from top mid. They've never really extended completely in this position, however.
Yeah, FURIA being a lot more disciplined, a lot more careful about their scenario. Might have had aggressive plays up towards top mid, but never quite that far. Liquid will walk up there, and FURIA back to passive.
A double in the apartments too from the CT side. Fallen going to get run boosted out from mid. Not seeing anything. They do need to try and clear the ladder player.
Walking in for the M4, set towards the ladder room. Slow positions held by the T side players. They hope for FURIA to make a mistake.
Oh, Art slow peeking. This is risky. Proper risky. He catches off a lead. Again, no trade back at all for the T side.
All important for Art. Stewie gets caught by him as well. The sprays back and forth from both players, doing more damage to Stewie than it does to Art. But Stewie finds the kill shot, and that's what's important. Meanwhile, Yuri strikes with the AWP on Grim as the AWP have fallen right around the corner here at ramp, and he does catch the trade. Naf, meanwhile, looking for the likes of Serato, panicking a little bit here at Firebox, and the trade man advantage comes in for Liquid.
Just getting sloppy on that defense out in the A side, punish from Liquid. And even for Stewie, the way that he wins that fight to Art, you really don't think he's going to be able to do so. Gary and Vinny trying to see if they can get the goods together. At least they do with that first player.
Right, frag on Fallen. Stewie's grabbed the AWP 2v2, and the HP numbers are so low for Liquid. Stewie's keeping his eyes held to the back lines as the bomb ticks away.
Naf.
Someone's got to get to the defuse. Naf on the back stab. Headshot scene of Gary anyway. And Vinny's own AWP now. Back at default. Could find an angle, but Naf has snuck in. Out in the open. Gets his spray. Gets the round and lead for Liquid.
Oh, that's well played from Liquid. And for FURIA, you could tell pressure was on in that situation. The AWP pick that came out from ramp, the way that they're working off one another, the way they peek back into Fallen. Great round from him in tow, and even for Vinny out from Firebox, just can't follow up. Liquid take the lead, going that first round into overtime, and now we see the double AWP start getting shifted a bit. Yuri double AWP in the last round, now it's going to be Vinny.
Flashes over the AWP in Yuri. Trying to bolster Art here in the sniper's nest to get boosted up towards the ladder room to go to the mid control. And Liege passive, recognizing that AWP probably faces again. They're back to the double AWP setup here, FURIA. Art on short, Vinny in apps, and Liquid going to A.
They did well with the opening man advantage in that last round. Now, in this situation, Serato is playing A alone, so you wonder if this set piece comes in, do we just get a 5v5 retake and he just falls back?
It's highly possible here. So much presence in mid and B that there's just really nothing to go towards the A site with flashes going over. There are no smokes, so it's not a set piece. Counter smokes in for Serato with the incendiaries and the nade trying to do some damage to the likes of Elysian. Grim will burn, quite significantly so. Serato leans into the site. When's he going to catch presence? Catches the first player and that second. Fallen with a responsive, so FURIA hold the man advantage, Liquid hold the site.
They're making some risky early move plays, and that's exactly what they need. Pays off for Serato, gets away with a couple, and now the retake's on.
FURIA have kits, and they have a leash. Vinny finds him out in the open. He didn't check out that jungle position, and now Vinny's going to look for the wall banks in against Naf. Fallen's AWP on default, going to burn. Still finds a kill, but burns to 4 points of health. Needs to land a second good shot on towards Art. Meanwhile, Gary making his way in from CT spawn. Naf gets his frag, sees Gary as well, burning quite significantly, and Fallen's AWP still strikes, looking for the Quadra! And it will be FURIA that fall, second at the overtime to Liquid.
Oh my goodness, they've got to be furious at that, right? A Leech in the 3v4 knows to himself, okay, I need to make a play. Aggress forward, try and see if I can find a multi-frag. Instead, caught off by the crossfire. Vinny's AWP gets in, 4-on-2 advantage of FURIA, and Naf and Fallen work together under bout default, AWP and AK. What a sequence of Liquid.
AUG for Yuri trying to start things off on the right foot. Again, get an opening start. But Liquid have fought back from the man disadvantage time after time on this T side. FURIA just can't catch a break. Maybe this could be it. 2 casualties, untraded.
You'd have to imagine the 3rd round they get in a row with an opening man advantage leads to a victory. 5 on 3, aggressing out from the apartments, and timing's everything. Grim has not seen this aggressive move.
Standing by and waiting for presence. Bomb sent up towards the apartments by Naf, possibly for Grim to take it. Minute on the clock and Liquid pressing the issue up into the mid control. Yuri holding the defense.
AWP, how do you look both angles at the same time? Yuri was thinking about overextending, and maybe that was a little bit too far, straight into the hands of Naf.
So desperate, so hungry for that kill. Maybe a bit too hungry, because now that's the window that Liquid needs to trade back to a 3-on-3. They have info on all 3 T-side players here for FURIA. But if they go towards the A side, the only man to defend is Keserato. 30 seconds, and they do catch vision on the bomb.
Oh, this could be a fake. They've got so many opportunities to start scrambling the CTs. Time is running low. Liquid need to start making a play and bring that bomb into A.
AUG looks up and Grim catches the kill. From 5v3 to 2v3. The bomb can go down here. A connector, but Vinny with a wall bang straight to Grim. Stewie's got to try for it again. Will Vinny go for it a second time? Bit of a different plan. Angle, Vinny thread it! 2 kills! That's enough! What a play!
Oh my goodness, 2 wall bangs in 2 different positions. We don't see that every day. FURIA pulling one out of the hat and having a little bit of luck on their side.
Oh my God. What a moment. Denying the all-important 3-0 Liquid within touching distance of match point themselves. And FURIA say no. No, no, no. Vinny says no. Oh man, is that momentum swing? Is that FURIA finally ending the streak for Liquid and getting themselves back in control? Time will tell. It's T-side half for them.
That's the only way they win that round too. When you think about the early advantage, the fight back from Liquid, it comes to deny the bomb twice. Art getting spammed up. Liquid trying to do a bit of reverse damage now.
Sprays through the wall bangs. Nade at the ready for Naf. Gonna try to boost his teammate up. Try to do some damage, but the T's are rotated back, so Art will not take any further on his HP numbers. Liquid forced to play passive. FURIA forced to rotate.
Yeah, Liquid have not made the aggressive moves on CT side like FURIA did in their first half. Gotta wonder as well, with the util being held in, AWP from falling out to CT Sport, is he gonna get smoked off at all? This is gonna be the set piece on A from FURIA.
Flash in, Fallen. Down at ramp, Incendiary's on a suppress. Back up at the stairs. Leg to 19 as well. Art gonna look for a second chance to get that frag together, and indeed he'll connect it. One more CT back at the ticket booth, continues to hold his own. Stewie can't fire through the smoke. Grim can fire through the flames, but he goes down alongside Naf. Stewie gonna look for his own wall bang, and he connects it. 20 seconds again to hold off. Keserato trying for the plant again. Elite's gonna swing and does see one back at Firebox, but cannot get Gary.
Oh, they're doing a lot of damage. These wallbangs just keep connecting bullets forward, and they're starting to work together. A Leech being pushed forward because of that molly out from CT Spawn. Art with the cross, holds onto a Leech, and Stewie's now the last one left in the 1v3.
So suppressed and so blinded by boxes and smokes. Stewie desperate to get Keserato, but Keserato is not going down. They try so hard and get so far, but in the end, it's around for FURIA. Liquid equalized again.
Oh, 17-17, and you just start trying to puzzle it together. Who is going to be taking Mirage? Who is going to be taking this best of 3? Naf and Fallen now going for the double orbs. FURIA, we have seen so many more double orb setups from them than we have for Liquid. What can Naf do up on the big green? And he's been starting to push the numbers forward up to 26. And Keserato, 34, jeez. You've got to wonder, is he going to be the one to get them over the line? Well, we'll see the early nades out to the B side.
Into the mid default for FURIA. Elise so pressed up. Has K, Serato, and Arts to deal with. Or Beke crossfire. What are they going to get here? Will Elise press? I don't think he will.
Honestly, he can just stay here. Triple crossfire out from mid. They're not getting pulled on A from any terms of util and any sound cues. And out from the B side, they're not seeing any util over the top. So until contact gets made and information can get gathered, they can hold this triple mid stack.
Less than a minute. Gary. AK in his hands. Trying to force the issue against the player in connector. Spotted him, calls that info. Can't find the frag, unfortunately. Liquid hold the 5v5, the smoke's coming in. Execution time for FURIA.
They haven't got the kill out to underpass, but it's drawing the attention over. Finally, they deal with it, and now they can start focusing on the sidewalk. And Grim find one kill and try to stay alive. Case running through the smoke. He's completely blind by Art's flash.
And Art now got the 1v5 for it, his mistake. Coming back to bite him and his team. A map point for Liquid. NIP fans jumping for joy, but can they get past the finish line? FURIA still stand within one of the OT, and the most important round of the game comes to be.
Oh, one more. One more, and when you think FURIA are up 15-11, they had their opportunities with the map points, with the series points, and now Liquid have got it themselves. Out to mid, lots of util to start off. FURIA bringing players up top mid. It's only going to be one for Art. He's going aggro.
Can't see the player top of the smoke. Elige head of the corner here at short. Contact position, the AK sees the shoulder, calls it in for his teammates, but win the fight on his lonesome. Now here come their T-side, Naf with a secondary kill. K Serato trades on one and Naf still holds, desperate to keep the B's sight under Liquid dominance. One player drops down, Molotov's in, player seen, Naf with a double, Stewie kicks up the elk, and Naf with a no-scope will snatch the Brazilian dreams. FURIA are done, bottled at the last second as it's a 2-1 series for Liquid.